Hey, welcome back to the Bound by Art podcast. I'm Missi Blue, tattoo artist, business owner, and your guide to navigating the chaos that is the tattoo industry. If you're an artist looking to grow your business, attract the right clients, and learn how to survive this career without losing your damn mind, then you are in the right place. Every week, I'll be bringing real talk, actionable tips, and hard-earned lessons from my own journey with a side of good vibes and a little bit of sarcasm. Whether you're new to the game, feeling stuck, or you just need a kick in the ass to get that spark back again, this is the show for you. Welcome to Bound by Art. Now let's get to work. Do your excuses really hold up? I understand it's easy to convince yourself they do. Life can be overwhelming and fear has its way of creeping in when you least expect it. But if there's even a small part of you questioning whether those reasons are legit, it's worth taking a closer look. We're talking about fear, self-sabotage, and the lies we tell ourselves to avoid taking that first step. Whatever success looks like for you this year, it's time to stop waiting for the perfect moment and start creating the life your future self will thank you for. This episode is all about challenging your mindset, defining your version of success, and giving yourself permission to celebrate every messy, imperfect step along the way. Let's make those excuses irrelevant and those dreams inevitable. Ready? Let's get into it. Are your excuses even valid? If so, cool. I understand 100%. But if that question sparked the tiniest flicker of doubt in your mind, I just want you to hear me out. It's not that it's too hard or that it isn't working or that you don't have enough time. You can make it happen, but you are afraid. You are living in fear. I've been doing this my whole life. You can't bullshit the bullshitter. Telling myself this story that I can't do something and truly believing that. But if I really wanted to, if I really put in the effort, I could have made it happen. But trying means possibly failing. And that's painful. And that hurts the ego, right? Of course, we're going to try to protect ourselves from the pain. We tell ourselves things like, if I don't try, I can't fail, and then that won't hurt. But what's actually hurting you is the wasted ambition and the wasted talents and your unrealized purpose. That is what hurts. Your ego is not your friend. It can't be trusted, and you definitely should question its opinions. Maybe your argument is that you're not ready. What is it you're waiting on to be ready? If that's your excuse, I can almost guarantee you that that word ready doesn't even have a measurable definition for you. When will we ever be ready for anything? I've never felt ready or prepared for anything in my life ever until after I've tried it and after I've figured it out. You're right where you're meant to be to start something new. You're not meant to have all the answers and know how it's done and how it's going to work best for you. You can't possibly have that information until you've already done it. It's not even realistic. The things you want and the things that you want to do are just on the other side of the work, and the work can't start until you take the first step. You can look at your life now and think, I don't have the car that I want, I don't have the house I want, or the job I want. I don't have enough followers. I'm not as skilled as this other person. But if you look back 5 or 10 years, where were you then? What did your life look like then? What things did you wish you had? And where did you want to be in life? Do you have any of those things now? Things that you only wished for back then? Are you in a place now that seemed like a dream 10 years ago? Would that version of you be so proud of you right now? And what would that person have thought of all of the things that you've accomplished and all the things that you've done in your life? Would they look at it and think it's absolutely amazing and be so proud of you? Your former self was wishing and hoping for this moment that you're in right now. Whatever that thing that you're wanting now is, wherever you want to be, you can have that and you can be that, but you have to first commit to it and you have to get started. As someone with severe executive dysfunction, I get it. It's really hard, it's overwhelming, it's scary, but listen to me. Not having what you want is also hard. In fact, it sucks. But you know what not trying gets you? It gets you exactly nothing and exactly nowhere. What does trying get you? An opportunity. Could you fail? Yes, that's absolutely a possibility. But could that failure then teach you an important lesson? You know that it could, and it will. No failure ever came without one. That failure is a necessary step in the process. It's teaching you what you don't want and how you don't want to do things. It's teaching you what doesn't work. Trust me, you want to learn these lessons in the beginning and not after you've built it all. Trying is an opportunity, a possibility. It's your chance to change something. And once you make one change, you can make another and another and another. If the thing that's holding you back is that someone else is already doing it and they've been doing it longer or they're better at it than you, that's also bullshit. Just because someone else is already doing it absolutely does not mean that you can't also do it. For example, did you ever have a teacher or a coach or taken a seminar where you just didn't like the person? They had valuable information to teach you. The content was correct. It was good, but you just didn't vibe with the person. They were super boring or you just didn't like their jokes. I'm willing to bet that same person is someone else's favorite teacher and probably has changed some lives along the way. Why does this matter? Because everyone is different. We all have a different story, a different voice, a different life experience that makes us unique, and we put our own spin on everything that we do. Just because someone else is out there doing the same thing that you want to do does not mean the position is filled. There are people out there looking and waiting for someone just like you, someone they can relate to and someone they vibe with. There's plenty of room at the table, but there is not another you at the table. So shut up and go take your seat. But they have more experience. They've been doing it longer. I'm behind. I didn't start when they did. Okay, so what? You're not behind. You're right where you're meant to be. If you were meant to start before this moment, you would have. Start where you are, work with what you have, and if you stumble, if you make a mistake, guess what? You're human and you're normal and it's okay. No one out there has what you want and is doing what you want to do and is where you want to be that got there in a straight fucking line. I can promise you that. You're only seeing the polished and perfect and curated life that they want you to see online. But I promise you, friend, they fucked up. And they fucked up over and over again. They did it wrong. They made mistakes. They stumbled. They fell. They probably wanted to quit more than once. But the difference between them and you right now is that they got started. And they kept going anyway. They pulled themselves back up and pushed forward and kept going until they got it right. Do it messy, do it ugly. You have to be okay with it and just keep rolling. Everything I do is messy in the beginning. I have this wonderful ability to not consider consequences of my actions. Some people call it ADHD. I call it my superpower. I just run straight at the thing. I dive in headfirst. I don't ask questions or get instructions. And guys, it's so messy and so clumsy, and I fuck things up all the time. Look at this podcast, for example. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. When I started, I didn't know anything. I didn't know what equipment to buy or where to start or what programs to use or how to use them. I knew nothing. And even now, 13 episodes in, I'm still clueless and fucking it up. I just had an in-person interview where I realized I have the wrong damn microphones. And because of that, the sound was fucked up and I had to cut half of the interview. Did I say, Missi, what the fuck are you doing? You suck at this. You should just quit. Well, part of me did, but the part of me that wants to succeed is so much louder than the part of me that wants to give up. And I'm here the following week recording another episode, putting the right mics in my Amazon cart because I'm learning. And that's the only way to learn is by doing and fucking it up. And the only way to be doing is by starting. But let me also make it clear, you can't push through the sticky, messy parts if you can't first change your mindset around it and welcome the failures. If you can make a mistake and keep going, you have to take a moment to understand and appreciate what just happened. You overcame an obstacle. You didn't let that challenge defeat you. And you have to congratulate yourself because it's awesome that you did that. Because the truth is, most people are going to hit a little bit of friction and they're going to quit and they're going to give up. And it's going to be too hard for them. But we're not most people, are we? We're more than that and we're meant for more than that. Or you wouldn't be here now trying to get better. Have you ever noticed when a baby is learning how to walk? She'll take a few steps and fall down. What do the parents do? Are they disappointed in that baby? Do they scold it and punish it in some way for falling? Like, oh, what a dumb baby. Can't even walk 2 steps without falling, idiot. Or do they clap and say, yay, you did it? Because even though she fell, even though she only got 2 steps in before she fell, she took 2 fucking steps, and that's amazing. She never took 2 steps before. So we congratulate her. Why can't we cheer ourselves on the same way? Cheer for yourself. Congratulate your inner dumb baby for trying and taking 2 steps. You don't need any fancy tools or programs to get started either. You can start with the bare minimum. Like I said, make it ugly. Make it real fucking ugly. When I opened my shop, despite all my planning and collecting all the furniture and things that I needed. Because if I haven't said this before, I had a storage unit that I was just filling with stuff for my someday shop so that when I would be ready to go, I was ready. But guess what? I was not fucking ready at all. The amount of things I forgot and didn't consider is so funny to me. I got all the furniture in there and all set up, and I had nothing on the walls. Not one piece of art, not a shelf, nothing. My shop looked like a bachelor's apartment. All I had was fold-up massage tables and plastic fold-up chairs because I didn't even consider chairs. I had t-shirts and merch, but I didn't have chairs. I didn't even have anything to put the t-shirts and merch on. I had them on one of those like fold-up plastic card tables for a while until I got an actual rack to put them on. And I didn't have a front counter because I didn't even think about that. So I just had the display case as the front counter and it looked like shit. It was so bad. But you only see the photos of how it looks now. It looks complete now. All the walls are covered. I have nice furniture. We have a desk for the shop assistant to catch people out. We have merch shelves and couches and all the things. But it didn't start that way. I started with what I had. I was super self-conscious about it. I felt like I looked unprofessional, like a noob, like I didn't know what I was doing and that I'd gotten in over my head. But guys, literally no one fucking cared. My clients didn't at all. They came in, they congratulated me and told me how great it looked in there. I knew they were lying and that they were wrong, but they genuinely were just so stoked for me and would have supported me no matter what. If I would have waited until I had every last piece of furniture and wall art and thing that you could possibly need to have a complete shop, how long would I have waited? Would I have changed my mind eventually? Okay, probably no. My point is, you just have to get started. And you have to appreciate what you do have and where you did start and what you've accomplished. Otherwise, you'll be chasing more and more and more, and you'll never find that point of enough. Because nothing is ever enough for us, right? At least for me, it's something that seems never ending in every area of my life. I'm always looking for more, to go bigger, to do more, to have more, to be more. I've been doing a lot of thinking on this subject lately, and I think I figured out the problem. I need to stop being so fucking nosy. I'm so busy looking at what everyone else is doing and what they have and where they go and listening to the things that they want that I get confused. I don't have a clear goalpost for myself if it keeps moving. It gets jumbled and mixed up with what the outside world thinks is success. But we're the only ones who get to define what success is for us. And you can't define that if you're letting in all the outside noise. We have to get rid of the static and really ask ourselves the question, what is my idea of success? Not my industry, not my peers or parents or partners' ideas of success. What is it to me? If you don't know what success is for you, you're always going to be looking at others to be your compass. And if you can shut out the noise, you might even be able to appreciate where you are and what you have more as well. If you aren't grateful for what you have and you can't celebrate the accomplishments that you've made, enough is never going to be enough for you. I challenge you to go deep, really think about what your perfect life would be. What are you working towards? What goals did you set at the beginning of this year? And at what point during your process of working towards these goals are you going to consider this year to be a success? But maybe success to you isn't even money. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's peace. Maybe success is just surviving the year. Whatever it is for you, that's what it is. And that's okay. You don't need permission from anyone to call it success. You definitely don't need my approval. Maybe if you go on 2 family vacations this year, you're going to call that successful. If you keep your promise to yourself to not work on weekends, will that mean you're successful this year? Whatever you decide that is for you, write it down, focus on what you want, and be thankful for what you have. And when you reach that point, celebrate it. What is that success going to look like for you this year? Once you figure that out, it's time to stop making excuses and get started. The you 1 year from now is going to look back and thank you for taking the first steps. Let's make our future selves proud of us. All right, guys, that's it for today's episode. I hope you're feeling inspired and ready to make some moves today. Remember, it's all about showing up, putting in the work, and staying true to yourself. If you got something out of today's episode, Share it with a friend who might need to hear it, and make sure to subscribe so we can keep this momentum going. Get updates on all of our latest episodes, events, and more by following us on social media at Bound by Art Project and by heading over to the website boundbyart.com. Thanks for hanging out and putting up with my shit. I'll see you next time. Now shut up, quit making excuses, and go get better.